My high school bully became my stepson. Junior year, homecoming week. I was sitting alone in the cafeteria, nose in a book, when Tyler Morrison climbed onto a chair and shouted across the room that I'd die alone surrounded by cats. The whole place laughed. I was the weird girl, quiet, awkward, thrift store clothes, always reading. He was the golden boy, star quarterback, homecoming king, loudmouth with perfect teeth, called me freak girl, knocked my books out of my hands, made gym class a living nightmare. That day, I grabbed my stuff and locked myself in a bathroom stall until the bell rang. Then I went home and cried until I couldn't breathe, but I didn't stay broken. Something in me flipped. I started running, lifting weights, studying harder than ever. I graduated top of my class, got a full scholarship to a university in Chicago, and left that small, suffocating town behind. 10 years later, I was living in a downtown condo, working as a marketing director, traveling, dating, finally thriving. Tyler Morrison? I hadn't thought about him in years, until I spilled coffee on his father. I was at a coffee shop before a meeting, and the barista screwed up my lid. My latte exploded onto the paper of the man next to me. I apologized a dozen times, flustered, but he just laughed and offered to buy me another. David, he said, extending a hand. Sarah, I replied. We hit it off instantly. He was in his early 50s, tall, charming, a retired architect who loved jazz and old books. We talked for hours. He asked for my number. I gave it. Our first date was quiet Italian, and I was already smitten by dessert. He asked about my life. I asked if he had kids. One son, he said a little sadly. We're not very close. He's had a tough time. I didn't pry. 6 months later, he proposed with the most beautiful vintage ring I'd ever seen. I said yes without hesitation. We planned a small wedding at his Victorian house, restored with his own hands. It was perfect. The morning of the wedding, while sipping coffee, David casually said, Tyler might drop by today. He wants to meet you. I blinked. Tyler, what's his middle name? James. Tyler James Morrison. Why? My stomach dropped. My legs nearly gave out. I smiled. No reason. That afternoon, I walked down the aisle to David's teary-eyed smile. We said our vows. We danced. Everything was golden until the front door opened. Tyler stepped inside, older, bulkier, but instantly recognizable. He looked around, spotted me, and froze. His face turned to stone. I watched the realization hit like a brick to the chest. Dad, he croaked. What the hell? David beamed. Tyler, you made it. Come meet my wife, Sarah. I stepped forward with a smile sharper than glass. Sarah Chen Morrison. Nice to see you again, Tyler. The room went still. David looked between us, confused. Wait, you two? We went to high school together, I said sweetly. Different crowd. Tyler was pale. Later on the patio, he cornered me. We need to talk. I didn't flinch. About how you made my life hell? I was a stupid kid. I didn't mean. You were cruel, I said. You mocked me in front of hundreds of people, but I'm not that girl anymore. I married your father because he's kind and good. That it eats you alive? Bonus. He clenched his jaw. You're not telling him, are you? No, he loves you, and I respect that, but I'm not 16 anymore. I'm your stepmother now, and you will treat me with respect. He didn't say a word, just walked off. He left the reception early. David was disappointed, but not surprised. He'll come around, he said, brushing it off. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But either way, I'll still be here. Happy, loved, and unforgettable. Click the full story to see what happened next.